So I was 6 years old when I walked into my father's office. And the first thing I saw was a brown leather chair. And I got really excited because the chair was a revolving chair, So I just thought sitting on that chair, going all over the place, was like the most amazing thing in the world. He also had a world map on the wall opposite, and I just felt on top of the world. When my uncle, who was working along with him, came in and said, "That's not a regular chair, you can't sit on it, and it's not meant to play." And I asked him, what am I supposed to do? I mean, what is this chair for? He said, "This chair belongs to the managing director, and the managing director is a person who runs the company." And I think that was the thought that got stuck in my head when I was 6 years old, that one day I want to be there and I want to be that managing director. So I went and asked my dad, "What do you think I should do to be qualified to sit on your chair? Because obviously I understand it's not a thing to sit and play on." And he said, "You have to observe. You need to know how you have to run a business. You need to know how to run an organization." And all these were jargons for me. I was just 6 years old, and I asked him, "But how do I do it?" And he said, just follow what I asked you to do." So every day after school, I went to my father's office. I went to the factory where we started making food products. And I was just observing. So what we did was we came up with an amazing brand name. My father was very, very innovative in terms of packaging. And we packaged garlic chutney powder. But we came up with a very, very interesting name that we thought it was. And we called it Garam Garlic. So we launched in the market. And most of you would have heard of the 4 Ps in marketing, right? Product, placement, pricing, promotion. We went wrong with all the 4. We called ourselves Garam Garlic. We launched in a place where consumers didn't consume garlic. We priced it at a point where some found us extremely expensive and some thought we were really cheap. The product itself was amazing, but the way we presented it was all wrong. And we just nosedived. So that was my first life lesson that I learned. Way back later on when I did my MBA, I realized there were the 4 Ps of marketing, but that was my first life lesson in terms of what are we making, how are we making it, and whom are we going to present it to, and how should we present that. So we nosedived, and we didn't know what we have to do. And we're predominantly from Andhra. We're basically from Andhra. So my mother's friend asked her, "You make lovely pickles, so why don't you guys, go out there and just make pickles instead of the garam garlic powder that you make?" So my mother said, "Okay," and we attempted that. So my grandmother used to make these lovely pickles at home, and she would measure fistfuls of all the masalas. And I would see my mother measuring them and taking the right quantity in terms of what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to mix into it, and so on and so forth. And that's where I saw how my mother took on the mantle and moved the family business forward in terms of being able to sell good food. So that's what caught on to me, and I was like, wow, food connects people, right? We all just love food, most of us, and so business and food. So these are the 2 things that stuck with me, and I decided that this is what I have to do and this is what I have to really become. So as a family, we love cooking and serving people, and that's how we started. While the innovation continued in terms of packaging and things like that, what really was important is where I learned my life lesson too, which is stay authentic, don't do anything fancy. If it's a pickle, call it a pickle. So we just went out in the market and we said, we just make mango avakai. That's it. And the word avakai caught on. And we had customers coming to us and telling us that, wow, this tastes amazing, and can we have more, and can we have more? So while we did this, we were gradually growing, and I moved from school to college. And when we came to college, I had the opportunity of bunking classes, and which we didn't have when we were in school. And we had a garage where we started a small shop, and I really loved sitting in that shop and interacting with customers and selling our products to customers. And also, as kids, that became our place, the adda where we all could, hang out. And that is where I learned how commerce actually operates in the world. It was not from textbooks, but from live classes that I felt I had when I was able to talk to customers and interact with customers and sell to customers our products, and we understood what it is that we need to do. So we started as, my mother needed help, and we started with hiring 2 women in our unit, where we decided that we are going to expand a little more in the market. And since we were doing well, yes, we were fortunate enough to get a couple of corporate clients whom we continue to serve even today after 35 years. And we got into the B2B business. So while that was happening, there's a lot of gyan, but this is what I'm talking about. So while that was happening, I decided that I'd like to move into the corporate world and, explore, because Y2K, computers was the thing. And as kids, what we were told is, come 2000, the date is going to change to 00 and all computers are going to collapse. And I was like, wow, I have to be there. I have to witness that collapse. I want to see what's going to happen. And I joined the IT industry, my first job. And I realized that nothing collapsed, and it was amazing. And then I went up to my boss and said, hey, how are we going to handle this? And he said, this is taken care of. It's not what the world thinks it is. So I think you should stop thinking about what people are talking about and concentrate and learn what you need to. And that's when computers really fascinated me. And I just kept thinking, what can I learn? What can I do to ensure that I take from here and I implement it back at my unit? So I came back and I told my parents that, hey, listen, I'm learning this thing on the computer, and I think we should have computerized bills. And they said, yeah, okay, we'll do all of that. We don't need it for our business. I think you should just go ahead and continue learning. And then I figured out that it's very, very important for me to learn more and more and to understand how, from just being a small unit, by then we had grown from 2 women to 5 women. And when I went outside in the world, I saw that there are these massive companies, they're huge companies, they're recruiting thousands of people. And I was like, hey, I want to learn how we have to do that. And that's when I thought, let me just, move on from one job to another maybe. But again, that was not really very exciting. And that's when my boss sat me down and he said, Vasudha, what exactly do you want to do? And I said, sir, I want to be a managing director. That's my dream. That's what I want to do. And he said, so what are you doing here? I've just come to learn. And learning is all I want to do. I'm not really in the rat race for you to call me, give me a designation, it doesn't matter. But my ultimate designation is to be a managing director. So you tell me what I'm supposed to do to get there. And this was my very first appraisal discussion that I had with my boss. And he said, if you have to be a managing director, then you need to know how multiple departments work. You need to know how industry operates. You need to know what happens in the world outside. And that's when I decided, and I moved across industries, starting from IT into telecom, into banking. And I kind of had a dream and a vision about which company I want to work for, what is it that I want to learn from each of those companies. And I think I've covered all departments, except for a little bit of HR that I did not do, which anyway kind of catches up once you become an entrepreneur. So that's what I did. But what stuck with me was always going back to my mother's firm, So I would work, we had a fancy 5-day week in all these organizations. So every Saturday, Sunday, I would still go back to where my mother was. And that is the place where I really felt grounded. That's the place where I really felt rooted. And I felt that whatever I'm learning today, I have to bring this back and I need to make this large. And I started talking to my mother and my father about the issues that we were facing, and I would go back and check while I'm working, what solutions can I find for these? And this journey continued, and I think around 2015, after almost 14 years, I decided that enough is enough. I have to get back, I have to do something. And digital marketing was catching up during that time, and that again kind of really excited me, because instead of just dumb scrolling on social media, I thought, hey, people are also making money, and why not? And what are we supposed to do to get there? So I enrolled myself for a good digital marketing course. I got myself certified with Google, and I came back and I told my parents I've arrived. You know, I am going to take this business global. And they just looked at me and said, but how? I said, I'm going to start a website, because e-commerce is the thing, and this is where I think we should be. So, so they were like, yeah, okay, so what is it that you think we need to do? So I said, while we are a typical brick and mortar company, I think we should adapt technology and move to the next level. So I started a website, and I checked with customers saying, we had a lot of customers coming to us from different parts of Bangalore, traveling really far. We are set up in Nagarbavi, which is Mysore Road, but I would have customers coming all the way from Electronic City, people traveling 25, 30 kilometers. And I used to talk to them and say, sir, what if I am able to deliver to your doorstep? What do you think? Do you think you like the idea? And 2016, they were like, yeah, but are you going to charge us more? I said, maybe a small logistic cost, but they were like, no, we are comfortable traveling. We really don't think we need to do this. And I was shocked. I was like, I thought e-commerce was the next big thing, and you know, consumers really are not very interested because they think that they have to pay an extra price. And then I sat down to do my math, and I figured out how we can have logistic tie-ups and reduce our logistic costs and still be available and, you know, cater to people. So that's what started, and my digital marketing journey took off with my website. And I realized that a couple of good ads that I placed on social media really worked, and we picked up our export orders from there. And that's how the entire thing moved for me from about what I had imagined about how we take the company from a regular brick and mortar company to adapting to technology and reaching consumers worldwide. So 2019, we set up, and we thought, you know, we should go and do big things out there. And we launched Bhogarajus. What happened with Bhogarajus is it was welcomed with the pandemic. And I was like, oops, are we going to nosedive again? But that is when all consumers who felt that door deliveries were not required reached out to us saying, hey, we can't come out of the house, can you deliver to us now? And that's when my parents, you know, gained that confidence that, okay, what she did for the last 2 years is not something that went in vain. And, you know, we now are able to still be visible to customers, and customers are able to reach out to us through our website. And with this, we now deliver to 12 countries across the world with with a small project that I thought we should start. So that was the next lesson that I learned, that always use technology to enable you and to take you to the next level. There's a short story of mine that I just wanted to share with you guys. I think mostly students here. I think technology is the thing in the world today, and the kind of opportunities that come to you with the help of this kind of technology, I think you can really reach every nook and corner of the world. And just go out all there and pick up the important things that you can, reach people out through technology, reach the right people out through technology, and if you have a business idea, make it large. Thank you.